Hey artists, in today's video we'll be talking about how to get more commissions. Whether you're a beginner artist just starting out looking to learn about how to get them, or you're somebody who's looking to take on more projects and maybe do freelance art, then this video is for you. I've got 7 great tips that's going to help you get more commissions. Number 1, improve your skills. Let's get this one out of the way. It might seem obvious that yes, you want to improve your skills, but I'm going to say it anyway because we don't want to overlook the importance of this. The quality of your art is really important, and even just developing a style that might be unique or just consistent so that people might want to hire you for that style. It is really important to make sure you get your art to a level of quality so that people want to commission you. Part of building up your art skills is improving your consistency and confidence in creating. There's nothing worse than trying to take on some commissions, doubting yourself, feeling like you can't do it, and refunding for that commission. So you don't want to be in that situation. So the best thing you can do is build up your confidence by practicing. They say draw every day. There's a reason why they say that, but get really comfortable with what it is you want to commission to people. Number 2, this one's a fairly big one. Build up a social media presence. People need to be able to find you, whether that's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, the list goes on. It's really important that people have a place to find you to begin with. If they can't find you, they can't commission you. I personally believe in diversification. I think it's good to have multiple platforms, but when you're starting out, that might sound a little intimidating as well. So at least focus on a platform, and then over time add platforms that you can get your art featured on and more exposure on. It's really important to be active on your social media, so posting as often as you can, getting to know that social media platform so you know what it takes to grow on it, and being consistently active out there. Consistency, another great word coming up again. Social medias present the opportunity for you to redirect people, so redirecting them to a commission page, for example. So you need to make sure you're making use of links. So on your Instagram profile, there's actually a place where you can get put your link. So put your link to whatever it is that you want to promote there. Maybe it is your commission page. And you can also post information around your commissions in your story and then put that on your highlights. It's important that when somebody new comes to your page, they see a section called commissions and they can click on it and see your info in a highlight. Likewise on Twitter, make sure in your profile you're using that link so that it goes to a commission page or something of that sort. Also, pinned posts are important. Pin a post to your page that has all the info that you want to represent you. Mine, for example, has all my socials other than the Twitter, and it has links to like my Etsy store and my commission page and everywhere that I want to drive traffic to from Twitter. So finding me from there, driving over there. It's redirecting. It's really important that we do it well. On social media, it's also important to have your accounts revolve around a niche. So we are artists, so your posts really need to be around art stuff and not posting a lot about other stuff like I had carrots for dinner. Like, I don't know. A lot of that kind of nonsense might not be useful, and just like posting memes, maybe art memes would be okay, but you kind of want to keep it to what people want to see. They will unfollow you if they came for art and they're getting other stuff as well. Pros and cons to doing it that way. I recommend sort of sticking within the art niche though, and sort of having designated social medias for your artwork. Having a solid social media behind you gives you credibility. So for example, if somebody's trying to decide who they want to commission, they've got an artist over here that's got 500 followers on the Instagram and another over here that's got 50 followers on their Instagram, and their quality of work and pricing seems about the same. Who do you think they're going to commission? They're going to pick the one that's got more credibility, the 500 followers Instagram page. So it's important to build that up. If you've got 5 followers, for example, people are going to look at you and be like, is this person even legit? Is this a scam? Are they going to take my money and run? Right? So having these social medias also gives you that credibility. Ultimately, you want to give as much value as you can on your social media. So maybe it's art tutorials, maybe it is just the quality of art that you're putting out there. Maybe you're posting art advice, inspiration, and interacting with other artists. All these things, and you don't have to do all of them, There's lots of things you could do, but in the end, people follow on social media because you give them some kind of value. So think about, as an artist, how you're giving value instead of how can I get people to pay attention to me so that I can get commissions. Think of it from the perspective of the viewer or the people looking at your pages. Number 3, getting the word out there. So you might be thinking, well, Shy Fox, I don't really have a good social media, or building up a social media is really hard and I've been trying and it's not working. That's okay. I've got another suggestion for you. Social media is one piece of it, great, but here's another thing you can do. There are sites that are looking for sites, job posting sites and commission sites that you can get on there and start putting yourself out there to get commissions. So for example, the looking for I'm talking about is DeviantArt is one of the places I think of it. I've looked and gotten commissions on this site before. I'll put links to all the things I'm going to talk about in the description below. So DeviantArt, you can go to the forums page where people are looking for artists. So then you would post a little bit about you, your pricing, perhaps your commission page and artwork of yours so that people can pick and hire you from there. Other sites where you can get people to come to you are Upwork, Guru, People Per Hour, Freelancer, and Indeed. These are sites, again, I'll put them in the description, that clients find you, so you can always try these out. Other options are commission sites like Fiverr. You can always try that out. It has a reputation that is not always a positive one, but it works for some people. You can absolutely try it. And I've even heard of people suggesting things like Craigslist. I did research for this video, and that was one of the things that was suggested. You could try that out if you have a Craigslist or a Kijiji or something similar to that. Number 4, have a portfolio/commission page. You want people to see your work displayed in a professional way. It's really important to give yourself a good start with something like that. People want to commission people who look like they're doing something professionally. You can get people to review your page and let you know what you can improve on. I also highly recommend looking at what other artists' commission and portfolios look like so that you can kind of imitate them, base it off that, and really improve what you have. When choosing what artwork to feature on your page, make sure it's ones that people have liked. So again, social media will tell you what people have liked, so post your best stuff on there. Maybe you personally think artwork A is your best piece, but in reality, artwork B is the one that on social media people have loved. Kind of trust that, put those into your portfolios. People are more likely to hire you if they like what they see in your portfolio. Just a little tip, I really recommend that the artwork in your portfolio represents the kind of art you're going to be able to do. So as much as it might be your best, again, back to consistency, you want to make sure that you can achieve that level for your clients. I also like to put my prices on my page. I think it's just, for me, about being transparent, and I don't want to bother starting a conversation with somebody if they're going to later tell me I'm out of their budget. So for me, it's just a bit of a filter them out. The people who want to commission me can, and the ones who don't like my prices can move along, and I don't have to bother having that conversation. I know some artists don't do that, but I personally like having my prices on my page. Maybe you don't want them so that you can have that conversation, and maybe that is an opportunity to persuade them that you're worth it. So, you know, there's the dynamics of conversation that could convince somebody in that way. So maybe, you know, pros and cons of having your prices showing, but I've definitely gotten feedback from people that they like having the prices there so they can get an idea beforehand, so they're shopping around and not like trying to message every single artist portfolio they're coming across. So your choice, you can experiment with that. I see some people put together commission sheets where it's basically just a picture that shows what they offer and the prices on there. That's a fine idea and a quick way to sort of get it out there on social medias. That's fine, but I also really recommend having some kind of page somewhere. There's lots of different ways to do it. When I started out, and I still have the same site actually, I made a Wix site. I made a Wix site. Yeah, sure. And I had my commission info all on there. And originally I didn't pay for my own domain. So my URL was like wixsite.com/blah, blah, blah, right? And it doesn't really look the most professional, but I wasn't really big and I wasn't really making much money. So it was just kind of a side thing. And so it was okay. So Wix site is a great place to start among many options that you have. And so you could do that. But later, as I got more established and I was like, yes, I want to be full-time freelance, I want to be taken as seriously as possible, I got that domain. But note that if you want to have your own website and attach that domain to the site and everything, that can cost like a couple $100 a year to run. But creating a site initially was free, like on Wixsite. But again, the URL is going to have like wixsite.com in it, something like that. So pros and cons again. Number 5, I've mentioned this word a few times. Be professional. It is very important that you come off professional. You're somebody providing a service. You want to be taken seriously. You want people to trust you. Give them a reason to trust you. Talk professionally. For example, when somebody messages me and they say, hey, are you taking commissions? Whatever they're asking, how much for a commission of such and such thing? This is what I reply back to them. I say, hey, thanks for your interest in my art. You can read my commission info here. Give them the link, which will explain what I offer, pricing, and general info. Turnaround time is about 4 to 5 weeks currently from the day payment is received. Let me know if you have any other questions and are interested. Feel free to let me know more specifically about what you want drawn. Thanks. So that is the exact copy paste, literally message that I send to people when they ask. Why copy paste? Because if I spend 4 to 5 minutes retyping that every single time somebody asks me that question, and I get that question a lot, wouldn't it just be easier if I have it in a notepad or in a document somewhere where I can just copy, paste? I know that there's no spelling errors, it's professional, and I'm not wasting my time even thinking about it. Now, if they ask a specific question, like, are you able to draw anime portraits? Then I'll, edit my paste response to say, yes, I can draw, or no, I can't, So I highly recommend having things like that to save time. Nothing is going to scare away clients faster than speaking in a way that sounds unprofessional, like, yo, I'm taking commissions. Although I do say commishi sometimes because it's cute, but you know what I mean. You kind of get the point. So just be very mindful of that, and also being really respectful, and like they send you the payment. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to making this commission. You get the idea. When you're talking to people too, I also recommend not letting them haggle you down. Your prices are your prices. Your value is your value. So don't let people try and haggle you. Speaking of prices, number 6, talking about commission prices. Pricing is just one factor. It is important. If you take a look at artists around you commissioning roughly the same sort of style, same sort of thing, maybe you have a similar size social media following, because that sort of indicates the likelihood and popularity of getting commissioned. It's one of the factors. Take a look at what they're pricing at. If you're not sure where to price, get a sense of what, not just one person, but a bunch of artists around you. So you can kind of be like, I see that most artists are charging this price for this kind of work. I feel like I fit in about here, and you can test the waters there. Now, if you're finding like, I feel like my prices are fair, in fact, maybe I'm even lowering them, because that happens all the time, right? Because it's competitive. And while I don't recommend lowering your prices just to get commissions, what I do recommend is all the things I said before this point, is improving all the above so that you can get commissioned at the price you want to be commissioned at. Ultimately, if you want people to commission you and you want people to pay your price, then your artwork has to be of quality and skill. And you also sometimes see that sometimes people just want to commission you for you. I have found that a lot over time. People know me from Twitch, they're getting to know me from YouTube, they know me from Twitter, I guess, as well. Twitter, I find, has been great for me. And they want to commission me because it's me. And there's many times people have told me that. So that can happen, and that's also the power of the social media. So keep that in mind. Tip number 7, the last thing I'm going to suggest, is doing sales and discounts. I wouldn't do these all the time, but running them on occasion gives a little extra incentive for someone maybe to pull the trigger when they weren't going to before. It's also just good practice sometimes. If you need a little more traffic for yourself, then these are definitely things you can do. You can reward returning customers. So if somebody's bought art from you once, then you can let them know that if they come back, you can say, next time, if you want more artwork, I'll give you a discount by such and such amount, or you can just tell them you'll give them a discount so that they can have, again, incentive to want to come back and commission you again instead of somebody else. And you can also offer a temporary art sale. For example, you could say, next 5 customers who commission me, I'm gonna give them $10 off. Something like that. That was just an example. But that could also incentivize people to be the next of 5 people instead of maybe offering it to everyone, because with commissions, of course, you have to draw each one and make each one. So maybe you want to limit and, you know, encourage people that there's limited slots. That can be a good way to word things to make it sound kind of exclusive. If they want in on that, they have to jump on it sooner rather than later. So that is helpful too. In the end, you just need to give it all time. These things don't happen overnight. I wasn't an overnight success. I started digitally drawing in May of 2011, and I actually didn't go full-time freelance until November of 2019. Now, I wasn't necessarily aiming for that. It kind of just evolved over time. I just followed my passion. But if you decide, like, you know right now that this is something you want to do, you can do all the things I mentioned above. Do them better, do them faster, work on these things, and you'll get there in a lot shorter time. It took me, that I think was a 8-year span. But I was also like super casual in the beginning. You can work harder, have your goal in your mind of the things you want to improve at, and start getting those commissions. And maybe you're kind of like I was in the beginning, like, I think I'm just doing commissions because I can. I think it's just kind of fun, and that's the reason I did it early on. But it evolved into something more, and sometimes these things do. If you found this video helpful, I would appreciate it if you gave it a like, and if you could sub, as I'll have more tutorials and art videos helping you guys just like this one, so you'll want to check those out. Also, if I didn't answer any questions that you may have had, feel free to drop that comment down below asking what it is you want to know, and I'll reply. I try to reply to all comments. I'm also a live streamer on Twitch. You can catch me there live streaming, ask me questions. I also have a Twitter. We have a Discord community you can join, and I have Instagram. So those links will also be down below. If you have any suggestions for other videos you'd like to see me make, let me know. Comment that below, and check out my other videos. Thank you for watching. Keep arting, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends!